I mean, a lot of different ways to point. If you had to pick one or two things that stood out to you and all that, what was it?
Probably the speed of our offense. I thought our tempo was a little bit faster today, and that helped us move the ball down the field a little bit more. And the next thing I would have to say is our special teams. Just seeing those guys go out and perform and correct some of the mistakes that we had last weekend.
Okay, Sean, you had a bunch, 240 all-purpose yards today, running kicks and punts and a couple of touchdowns. And you and Jimmy both had FPC representing out on the field today. How did that feel to have that kind of day? And what play stood out to you the most? Was it the kick return or the long touchdown or what?
It felt good out there. I would say probably the long touchdown pass stood out the most because that showed that our offensive line is really improving from last week. That really stood out the most.
Kevius, 12 of 13, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. Obviously, a big improvement from both quarterbacks from last week to this week. What were you working on most out there today, and what did you want to accomplish?
Just staying prepared for the moment, not playing down to those guys' level, and just keeping the offense going and just sticking out and just sticking it together and making sure that we still using the up tempo, doing everything correct, and making sure that the offensive line is communicating, even though certain stuff don't go a certain type of way that we practice. Make sure they communicate, make sure they pick it up, and make sure that we all just stay on the same page.
But yeah, 29 rushes, 27 passes. Is that about where you want to be with your offense? Pretty balanced.
Yeah, and that's what we were shooting for last week. It just didn't happen, but yeah, we're looking to be as balanced as possible in every ball game. I think when you do that, you give defenses problems because they don't know if you're a passing team or if you're a running team. The more balanced you stay, I think the more opportunity you have to be successful.
That areas defensively today, obviously you had the big play early on with the pick 6. Looking here, you had a sack, a bunch of sacks from the defense, a couple interceptions. What was working out there for you guys? And again, coming off the performance last week, I know that you guys were coming in with a bit of a chip on your shoulder. What was the mood out there like tonight?
Well, today we did a lot more better. We did a lot better communicating and with interception. D-line, they did great against the quarterback versus pass. Just try to capitalize on it.
Yeah, Coach, your defensive line today, it seemed like they were in the backfield all day long. Was that something that you guys kind of knew going in that you could capitalize on, or what did you see out of that position?
No, we watched film, and we thought we had an opportunity to get to the quarterback off the edges. We thought we had defensive ends that could take advantage of the tackles a little bit, and they did. But I have to take my hat off to the whole D-line because they were lights out better than they were last week. And I think they took it personal last week, and they went out and worked hard this past week in practice, and showed today.
79 points is the most against a collegiate opponent in school history. You guys set a bunch of records today, but to score 79 points, have an offense outing like that, obviously you know who you're playing, but to hear that, what does that mean?
I really wasn't really focused on the points. It was just watching the team continue to do the things that they were coached to do. Watching these guys go out on the field and play together and to continue to move the ball. Whichever quarterback was in there, whichever running back was in the game, it really didn't matter. We were just trying to do a great job at executing. And when you execute, that's what happens. And we in no way, shape, form, or fashion were we trying to run up a score. We were just running our offense, and the guys were just making plays today.
Did you ever think about calling off the dogs? I mean, at the 8 minutes they brought it down in the fourth quarter. Did that ever cross your mind?
Well, I don't really know. I hear people say that. What is call off the dogs? You just stop playing, or what? I think we ran the ball, for a good bit of the third and the fourth quarter. I think we had maybe 6 passes, and that was just really to give the guys that were in there some work. Because I just believe in being fair to my players and the guys that work hard all week and allow them an opportunity to go out and perform.
Coach, you guys were clicking on all cylinders. Guys got an opportunity to play. Guys got an opportunity to compete. And when we look at that scoreboard, it's a day we'll all never forget. Just talk about this victory.
I think it was, as I said earlier, a great team victory. all three phases of the game. You know, these guys, we all were embarrassed after last weekend. And we all took it personal, and we went out and from coaches to players and everybody involved in this program, we had to go back to the drawing board and you know, simplify some things and tweak some things. And I think, you know, the result was today, you know, and you know, yeah, we set a lot of records, we scored a lot of points, but the thing that will continue to stick out in my mind would be the execution of, you know, the offense, defense, and special teams, you know, just to play these guys.
Any other questions to the athletes, coach? Thanks so much.